You podcast, man.
Y'all already know.
Yeah, yo. JimmyITK, what up, boy?
What I am.
You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy in the kitchen.
You know we got a special guest in the room today, man. One of
man?
my long time homies, bro. We been through the ups and the downs and the thicks and the thins, man.
All kind of shit.
Proud of this dude right here, man. We got the co-founder, co-creator of Friendship Club right here.
What's happening?
It's my boy Kobe Woods, man. Make some noise.
Make some fucking noise.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. I played that Outkast for a specific reason.
What's up?
Y'all know. Because Kobe Woods, you really the one that got me made me a student of the hip hop game. And I remember when we used to be in my first crib, we used to hang out in my first crib and you used to play that equipment out all the time.
The one on Division and Ashland. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Move up to the mic a little bit. Talk a little bit.
Right,
Yeah.
No, shout out to that crib though.
You used to play that shit, and that's one of the first times I went back and started listening to old shit and really start studying the game for real.
Yeah, you put me onto all that punk shit, hardcore shit. So
Hell yeah.
it's fitting.
So, long story short, man, when I first met Kobe Woods, we was in high school, and we used to skate. We used to skate all the time. We had a skate crew, Team Vicious.
That's a great skate crew name. Yo. Good. I love that.
Arthur, who's a lawyer now.
Yeah, shout out Arthur. Shout out Lorenzo. He was here 2 weeks ago. Lorenzo was here when we were recording.
Where does he live now?
He live in Maryland now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Baltimore or like?
I don't know, somewhere up there. He trying to buy a farm.
What?
He trying to buy a farm with his girl.
Oh, that's beautiful. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I can see his ass doing that.
Niggas grown.
Wait, so
up
why
now.
was he here then? What was he doing here?
He was just here for the holidays. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, word.
Yeah, he was.
I miss him.
Yeah.
Is he on Instagram?
Yes, he is.
He very low though.
I feel like that's a valid question for a nigga that's about to be a farmer.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Just stop it.
Right before they drop
I can
off
go
the
either
face
way.
of the planet. Yeah.
Fuck all this shit.
Exactly.
For real.
But hell yeah, like I said, back to what I was saying is like you were the niggas that really made me start studying the game and hip hop and shit, man. Like what's your hip hop history, man? Like walk us through how you got into this shit.
Shit. Yo, okay, so the first album I ever owned was Wyclef the Carnival.
Whoa. That's a good one.
Yeah, y'all know that shit.
A classic.
That was the very first, and I wouldn't say I stole it, but like my OG used to just like leave it in her car, and we would like get out the car, and I would just take it out the car with me.
That's back in that
And
era.
Yeah, she would be like, you got my fucking.
Yeah, that's what my would be like. Who got my CD?
You got my CD?
You open the case and it be empty.
Yeah, and I had the bare CD in my room. She left the case so it wouldn't be hot. You know?
Oh,
That's a great album. I had the album too.
Yeah. And then
There's some super tracks on that.
The second album I ever had was Joel Santana, From Me to You.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that album?
No.
That shit was
Yes.
raw.
What was on that album?
Squale was on there.
Oh,
Dipset,
shit.
Dipset was on there.
Yeah.
Santana's Town was on there. Shit.
Yeah,
It
but
had slaps. There's a bunch of shit on there.
Because-
Front to back, that shit was raw too.
hell yeah, cause I be talking and I be telling motherfuckers about like that time and shit. I'm like, you gotta realize, cause I be playing my old music for motherfuckers. I trap motherfuckers in my crib, play my old music, and I be like, you gotta realize this was the time before trap music.
facts.
Yeah.
This was the time before 808s and shit for real. So we was really listening to niggas rhyming and shit.
Yo, speaking of trap, you know who I realized was weak as hell?
Who?
T.I.
Yeah,
He's actually weak as hell.
I've actually been
King
saying
kinda
that.
goes fucking crazy.
King is a classic. We not debating
No,
King.
he has like obviously like 2 or 3 songs, but to be like a nigga that people are like, no, he's a legend.
Yeah, but
I mean, to me,
He's kind of weak though.
I think that King and Urban Legend are what cemented his.
Urban Legends.
yeah, I don't like.
You don't know me.
They came out right after each other.
I think I only like those 2 T.I. albums,
Those are the
and I
only
haven't
2
ran them back.
because like Paper Trail was corny as fuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
my
what I was
God,
saying.
bro.
He had to make that record though.
Yeah.
When he caught that case,
When
his
you
music
get caught
changed.
with all them
Yeah.
army guns in the crib, you gotta do some lounge shit.
Yeah, his music had to change once he caught that case for.
Yeah, we've bashed that song "Dead and Gone" multiple times on this podcast. It's a horrible song.
They made so much paper though.
I know. He was trying to get out of that. He was trying to get out of that charge, get that that sentence shortened a little bit.
Shit.
I feel like whatever you like is
right.
pretty
That nigga, you gonna be.
Yeah. Still trash. Though.
I'm still like upset at the way that like, cause I used to really love Lil Flip. And he took Lil Flip away from me.
And that nigga's actually raw, so it's fucked up that happened.
Yeah,
He's
yo.
raw as hell.
Yeah.
I fuck with like Young Jock. New
Jock City.
New Jock City was overly hard. He like cut hair on Love and Hip Hop.
I fucked with Dro.
I was just about to say.
Going crazy.
Young Joe's raw as hell.
Yeah, super raw.
And
Young LA, remember
yeah, I'll say
him?
Young LA, futuristic.
Black boy, white boy.
Him and J Money, all them niggas.
Yeah, because that's the point of my story. Like Kobe was the nigga that was like really putting me on all the rap shit. When I like the underground rap shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like fucking Lord Quaz and shit.
Oh wow, yeah.
We used to be in that bitch just listening to songs, downloading songs, listening to them. But this is before Spotify.
Yeah, it was.
What were y'all using?
We were using.
Soul Seek.
Yeah, Soul Seek is the truth. The fucking truth.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
Niggas was using Soul Seek.
Whole ass
Because you
album.
can get all the,
we were-
you can
but
find
we
all the
were-
leak shit on Soul Seek.
We were
Yeah.
using something else though too. I just can't.
Like
LimeWire.
Kazaa.
I was about to say, I was using a
Obviously,
lime.
LimeWire.
Morpheus.
Morpheus
Wire.
went crazy. Bear Share went crazy.
Because I will put a virus on
Spin.
your shit.
All that shit to put a
Freaky
virus on.
Yeah.
A kinky
Also,
virus.
like Kazaa. If you ever tried to download a movie on Kazaa, you'd be like Godzilla, and then you download it and be like, "This is porn."
nasty porn.
You had to leave. That's back. You had to leave your internet on. My mama be mad as hell. I be trying to download a 20-minute video. I had to leave my computer on while I was at school. I'm like, Mom, please.
I just turned the monitor off. That was like the easiest way. I'd be like, oh, I turned the computer off. Just turn the monitor off. Like, bro, my shit is
You gotta
seating.
put a piece of electrical
It's
tape
seating
on
right
the,
now.
on the
It's
button.
hot as hell.
Yeah,
You cook an egg on your computer. That shit is crazy.
for real, yo. But yeah, yo. So the friendship club shit, bro. When we had Hold on here, man. Like I was telling him, like, what a great name, yo. When the first time I saw it, it made me happy for real.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's
How did y'all link up on that shit?
Well, I was shooting videos for him and doing like video shit,
Mm-hmm.
and stage lighting, stage design, like just doing all his tour shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we got asked to do Complex Con when it came to Chicago,
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, I was up there.
You remember that? So instead of just having like a booth for his music, we were like, we need to do something where we can have like people come and like interact and like have fun, just like something a little less self-centered, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
something for everybody and shit. So we had like a panel. We had like panels and we would have people come and talk and shit. Like this mic keep going out. What's going on with this shit?
It might have to be.
There you go.
All right,
You just gotta
more
speak
direct.
into
Yeah,
it.
you gotta get a little bit closer to it, bro.
It might have to be grade school in this bitch, like elbows.
Yeah.
But you're good.
So we did a bunch of panels.
There you go.
And we had a bunch of people come and talk, and that shit went over pretty well. And we had like some merch and shit. We called the whole panel experience the Friendship Exchange at the time. So that kind of took wheels, and then we were like, we should keep doing this, like selling the merch for the panels and keep having the panel in like tandem. With everything. And over time, we just started calling the merchandise and the whole experience Friendship Club. So it was just like less of like a formal thing like Friendship Exchange, and it was a club that everybody could be a part of. And that's kind of where the name came from.
Yeah, yo. It just brings like positive and warm feelings in your face. But like when first time I saw it, that's the first thing I thought. Like this some positive ass shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the whole point. You know?
And speaking on you, a whole relationship, bro. That made me so happy to see y'all working together, bro. Because like I told Ho when he was on here, like Ho was one of them niggas that gave us a chance when we was out here. You know what I'm saying? We was kids out here. And Ho was fucking with us. He ain't have to fuck with us.
He be showing mad love.
That's my nigga for real.
Shout out to Hollywood
That's my
Holt for
nigga.
real.
Yeah.
real.
I think the name is very fitting because both of you embody that. You know what I mean? I think every time I see the both of y'all, it's always like big smiles, big dad. You know what I mean?
Life
Love
is
shown.
beautiful, man. Life is
None of that cool guy shit. I fuck with it. You know
We
what I'm
got
saying?
each other.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, all of us.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to
like
both of y'all, man, for real.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And I really like we always talk about how there's so many clothing brands out right now and how it's hard to differentiate yourself as a clothing brand, but y'all really more than that.
because it's about hanging out. It's less about like selling somebody a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, it's too many times like you go to a pop-up or whatever and the whole thing is like a point of sale. You know, like how can I get this person to spend money?
Yeah.
Yes.
You could come to our events and don't even have to spend no bread. You know, it's just about kicking it. You know, we always gonna provide a good time.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, yo. And then even the products and shit, like y'all making real clothes.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's about it's not just a bunch of like.
Those
graphic.
bombers go crazy with the pack on the front.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, with the pocket on the front. That's fresh.
Yeah, cause like
fresh.
we didn't definitely try to like get in that lane. It's like, cause like I don't know if you met my boy Kurt. Kurt, our old co-host that would be up here with us. He like super into the fashion and shit. Like he not finna do no bogus shit. So he's like, we doing some shit. We got to do some cut and sew shit.
Yeah, man.
And it's a lot of fucking work.
All it takes is like you wanting to do it though. That's with anything. All you have to do is actually want to fucking do it.
And you gotta have the ideas too,
Yeah.
cause y'all do more than just jackets and shit. I seen pillows and shit,
Yeah,
keychains
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, it's about like diversifying the whole thing. It's not about the clothes.
Everybody has a fucking hoodie. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you freak that
Everyone's
hoodie?
got a T-shirt.
The clothes just provide as merchandise for the idea of the friendship club. You know,
And it's just like open up, like not like you just said, y'all ain't all about selling shit, but on some business shit, like open up your market. You know what I'm saying? Like sell something that everybody needs.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
everybody got a T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Niggas need wallets and shit.
Yeah, it's about all that stuff.
Yeah, and it's also about supporting. Like, yeah, if my niggas was making a wallet, I need a wallet. I'm finna get it from my nigga.
Right. You might as
I
well.
appreciate
me?
that. I appreciate
You gotta stimulate the economy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but like I
All
can't.
right, our economy.
Yeah, exactly. Big facts. Okay.
You don't skate no more?
Cooperative economics.
I skate from time to time. Not for real though, you know.
You like me now. Like I be skating with this nigga Evan. Where you go? I be skating with Evan. Evan be ripping, boy. And I used to be like, bro, I promise you, I used to be alright.
Yeah, shout out to black skateboarders, period, first of all.
Yeah, let's
'cause
go.
That's really a thing.
Shout out to Sean.
Shout out
Yeah,
to fucking
okay.
Ty Sean. My
Cater
God,
for the
bro.
last 5 years. Clap it up for that nigga one time.
Shout out to Cater.
Shout out to
Cater.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tim.
Shout out to fucking Timmy
Shout out
Johnson.
to motherfucking Timmy, boy, making us proud.
Hell yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, yo. It's like I was saying, like that's how we really like linked for real.
I want to say that's how we met.
That's how we met on
Oh,
some
I
skate
love
shit
that.
for real. Like when we was like 16. And like
The park? Was it at the park or
no, it was, you know what it was?
at my crib?
It was, yeah, we used to skate at your crib, but it was because Lorenzo would be like, come skate with my niggas in Team Vicious.
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah,
pull up and I was like, oh, because you 2 years younger than me.
You graduated.
I'm 07.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I ain't know y'all niggas. I ain't know y'all little niggas for real. That's how I knew y'all. That's how I knew y'all for real. But with that said, like that, we go back that long, and I didn't really see the progression and like what you bring to the culture and shit.
Yeah.
Because like when we was young, like really wasn't no culture for real. Like I feel like we was the niggas that was like dictating what was cool back in the day and doing it for the right reasons.
Or just like doing whatever you felt.
Not in a box, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
whatever, whatever you felt comfortable doing.
'Cause we
Like,
talking
I
about-
remember niggas used to. I mean, everybody kind of has this story that they used to wear skinny ass pants. Like everybody's like, damn, they used to make fun of me. Like obviously,
Nah,
yeah,
but I was the first. I
will say that. I will say that.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I
was
love to hear
I was
that.
definitely-
we used to walk around with just rips in our pants and just leave it like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
rinsing our
Really
shoes
tweaking.
and shit.
We're tweaking.
I was watching videos of niggas heating on YouTube the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling Kel I was watching niggas heating. I was just like, I used to have to be able to hold my own because like it was no way I was finna make it
niggas
through
was on
school.
your ass,
They
yeah.
was. I was like, I had to
my
learn. I
God.
had to know how to heat back. I couldn't just sit there and let niggas fry me for real.
Leave me alone.
They was really
Like, boy, I know you ain't wearing them skinny ass pants,
It
boy.
was crazy because niggas like go to inso was like, damn, can your dick breathe? Like,
Ah, it's like, hey, yo.
Yo, that's the first time
what
niggas.
are you talking about?
Yo.
Niggas be like, yo, black card gone.
Yeah, nah.
Damn.
Nah, one time, let me try
Let's
to,
really talk about
Yo,
it, okay?
let me try to
all the
remember
black,
this the
all
right-
kids, let's go.
Let me try to remember this the right way. I was outside of the mall wearing some tight ass. I was wearing girl jeans at the time. And what did they say? This is a joke. It's so corny. These niggas came up on me and they're like, man, your pants so tight. that if you put coal inside of them, then diamonds will pop out of your ass. And I was like,
now for the heat show. Now I'm on your ass. Now I'm on your ass.
First of all, any joke that takes that long to get off.
Yeah, talking about calls and shit.
Well, I remember when the new boys that came out, and niggas was jerking. Nigga, I couldn't go nowhere.
I was literally just talking about this.
Nigga, I remember I'd be in like Walmart buying some frozen pizza. I remember I was in Walmart buying some frozen pizza. Niggas, can you jerk?
Jerk.
Anywhere I go, you know how to jerk? You jerk? Nah, bro. I skate.
Skate. I go to hardcore shows, bro.
Yeah, period.
That shit funny as it.
Going back to that shit, you put me on all that shit. The first time I was like got into like hardcore music and all that shit was because of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Ask about me at the pub
Cone.
show. I bet they heard of me.
Elliot Cone, you remember him?
Yup.
He was crazy.
I ain't thought about that nigga that's so low. You bring it up days. I ain't heard it.
Yeah.
But damn, what was I about to say? But yeah, like I said, the rap shit, bro. You still rap?
I got some music.
I just want to let y'all know that Kobe Woods is one of the most vivid, like lyricists I've ever heard in my entire life. Back then, for real. Like I'm always been waiting on the album that never came, for real.
I have a whole album.
You ain't ever said that shit to me, bro.
Nigga, it's been around. Since
What was the last thing you put out?
70s. I did a song with my homie Ben Burden. I don't know if you ever heard his music. He's from North Carolina, from Charlotte.
Wait.
Check him out if you haven't. That nigga's raw as hell.
Oh yeah.
That's the last song I did was me and him.
Me and Kobe.
I made it in like 2019. I want to say
Sick.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, I've always just been waiting on that breakthrough Kobe Woods project, man. Cause me and Kobe got a mixtape that we had started a long time ago.
Yeah, bro. I think you might have recorded. I'm pretty sure you recorded my first song.
Yeah, I get. Cause the thing is, Kobe, you was one of the first niggas I knew that really knew how to freestyle. That could just kind of like flow or live. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made, I was like, oh, I could record. Let me record. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was telling niggas we was recording off the little Snowball. We was recording off that.
Yeah, and before that, it was through the mic. It was through the
microphone
in the computer.
Oh yeah, or just with the computer right there.
Niggas will be holding the computer up to their face.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The grind.
For real. Get it how you live.
Yeah, that was the first. Yeah, like I said, that was the first song I ever made was at your crib.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that shit. Cause your ass would be rapping for real. Like even when cause I still got all them songs, bro. Them songs.
Brian Schwaller, he might have actually one of y'all. It was one of y'all.
Big ups to Schwaller too,
That's
man.
my nigga. Shout out to
Big
him.
up to Schwaller, my boy. I got them homies at Classic now. My niggas all work at Classic, so they all fuck with Devin. You know Devin Hudson.
I don't know. I haven't been up there since Brian left.
Yeah. But they all fuck with him. Congratulations to that nigga. That nigga got a Grammy or some shit, don't he?
A lot of niggas from Classic are like getting Grammy noms.
Yeah.
And shit. Shout out to Classic, bro.
Yeah, yo. Yeah.
Shout out to them. Did you used to record there ever?
I've recorded there before. I just be too broke.
Feel you.
I'm like, Devin, put me on. He like, you got to come when ain't nobody here. He be pull up to the studio at 2 in the morning. I'm like, nigga, I'm in the bed.
That's where you gotta go.
I know. But I've recorded my crib for real.
That's real. What kind of mic you got?
I got a little Sterling mic. I paid like $200 for it. I've been had it for a while. I'm trying to upgrade for real. But me and Devin used to be roommates before, and then now we got one bed. He lived below me. So like that is the nigga that taught me how to mix and shit, all of that shit or whatever. So
When
whenever
are you dropping shit?
I dropped shit last week for real.
Like a whole.
I dropped 3 songs. Me and Matizik, me and Cosmo dropped.
Shit! Shout out to
drop
him
some
too.
shit.
I feel like this whole show is just like us talking about people we know.
It's okay. This is a safe space.
Keep breaking it back. I'll try to ask questions and shit.
We got a lot of catching up to do.
That's just kind of how I kick it, bro. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah. We put out some shit, man. Me and Matizik.
You Can't Hurt Me Part 2.
Yeah.
Streaming
It's good
now.
too. It's fucking good.
It is good.
But yeah, Kobe really a jack of all trades for real. Because I always thought that you was finna be the rap nigga that was gonna make it. But then the next thing I know, this nigga shooting videos and shit.
Yeah.
How you get into doing that?
Well, I went to school for that. I went to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I went to Columbia for film cinematography.
Nice.
Yeah. And then when I got out of college, when I stopped college, I reached out to Nigel. And was like, yo, let me shoot some videos for you. We did that, and then I kind of like did that and like the stage lighting thing, like the stage design and shit. We did that back and forth, and then just started going from there.
He just asked you to do that shit? You learned on the job?
No, I asked to do it. I was like, I mean, shit, like we're about to go on tour. The lighting is the most important part.
That's what I was gonna say. Like that's the shit that take your live shit to the next level.
Yeah, so I just want to be.
Like
I
a real
really wanted
show.
to be in control of all that. Like if I was gonna do the shit, I was gonna do the whole stage design from the sound to the lights, like all that shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna make sure that the music was conveyed the way that it should be. So I was like, let me do your lights, because I was already doing like the lights for the videos and shit, and I needed it to look like the videos, like the shows and shit. So we worked together on that shit, and that's kind of where I got that knowledge from.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah, yo. Yeah, shout out to that man Hope, man. Like I was saying that, like,
my dog, bro.
because like we first ran in the Hope off the Super Fun shit. Is that how you know him too?
Yeah, bro. I used to be shout out to fucking Super Fun.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, I was gonna
Anybody
ask y'all what really is Super Fun. I know nothing about it.
It was a crazy party, the party that you wanted to go to.
Really?
It was the niggas from RSVP had a weekly residency at J Bar. It was downtown. I don't even know if J Bar is still a thing.
I don't think J Bar's a thing anymore.
But it was like downtown. I want to say it was on like Clark. No, it wasn't on Clark. It was like on State Street or some shit up there. Man.
Yeah.
Over there by that Forever 21 on Michigan Avenue or whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, the RSVP niggas used to like throw that shit and Hulk with DJ all the time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mark. Shout out. Shout out. Who else would do that? Shannon. Shout out Shannon.
Yeah.
But yeah, niggas used to do like a weekly party up there. Austin fucking Neely, of course. You know what
Shout
I'm
out
saying?
Austin.
Congratulations to Austin.
Yeah, yo. Yeah,
Congratulations.
Austin just had a son. That motherfucker look just like Austin. It's crazy.
Spit him right out, bro.
Yeah, yo. Shout out to Austin. Proud of that nigga for real. That's the nigga that ever put me on to that shit for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they used to have everybody used to come through. It was like a real chill vibe. They would have all like the artists and shit come through.
Bro, that shit was not chill. That shit was off the fucking.
I was just about to say.
I wasn't even.
There wasn't that
now
part.
that shit's over with. I wasn't even old enough to be in that. Bitch.
I was
That
old enough to be in
part,
that.
literally.
I might have
that.
been 17. I was like 17, 18.
No, because I was 19. I was like 19,
Bro,
20. So
we were
like,
standing on the cause Nigel and Mano and all them and Virgil and shit, they all were DJing there. So nigga, we just used to stand on the tape, bro. It was crazy.
yeah,
was
all on
crazy.
the couches
Honestly,
and
to
shit.
What a time.
They need to shoot a documentary about that whole time.
They
Dead
low key
ass,
do
That
because
whole- what like that?
they
whole-
really low key do because the niggas that came out of there, like that incubator of niggas, you know what I'm saying? All doing great shit right now.
For real.
It's insane.
Yeah, yo.
You were either there or you weren't, because, y'all, what a time.
Yeah, when Darnell was here, we was talking about that shit. I was like, nigga, I was young. I used to be like, we got to go early and help blow up balloons and just stay in this bitch.
I know the people that were waiting in line too were salty. They was like, "How is this child in here?" Like,
I was out there, no hair, no beard.
I'd be like, don't worry about it.
How's this little kid walking in front of them? They used to stand out there all night.
Yeah. And that's all I was saying. Them niggas did not have to fuck with us for real.
They didn't, but they just did though.
Yeah.
They just fucked with us because
Yeah.
Man, this sounds like a great fucking time. This
was
sounds like right
amazing.
up my alley,
It was
for real.
Sounds super fun, huh?
Hi-yo!
it was super fun.
You been in New York recently, yo.
Yeah, so I was living in New York last year.
What sparked that?
Sick. What part?
Just wanted to spend some time over there. Like everybody, all my homies were telling me like just the experience of being out there. It's like what you need to move forward, like what you're thinking and shit. So I just wanted to try it. I've lived like pretty much everywhere else, like up any big city. So
Yeah, I love New York, but I ain't never wanted to live in that bitch for real. That shit too much.
Man, I never
You just
been.
do it. You do it from time to time. I could fuck with Chicago though, cause it's like right in the middle of everything, flight wise.
Flight wise, yeah.
So
Yes.
It's like quick to get pretty much everywhere except for LA, but
LA like 4 hours.
yeah.
4 hours.
Going to like Miami and shit is the same time as going to New York. Like it's just
I ain't never been to Miami before. I want to go.
I've been once.
tight.
Miami's sick.
It's because I always work in retail and I always want to go for Art Basel, but it's Christmas time. I can't get up.
It's getting better. Like,
Now I
you know
can't.
how-
Now I could go for real. I was trying to go this. I was trying to get these niggas to go.
Yeah, I was
First of
down.
all,
Just go
that's
next
big
year.
cap.
Just don't even trip. Go next year.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go next year.
If Perry ever bought the motherfucking tickets, because I was gonna be the ringleader of us going to Art Basel, and yeah, Perry was like, "Yeah, let's go," and then whatever. You're doing big boy steps, so we definitely
Yeah, man.
didn't.
No,
do that.
I need my credentials, though.
You know how stuff like those festivals that come around every year, they get worse.
Yeah,
Art Basel's been getting better.
for real.
Really?
Say, yeah, in my opinion, that's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, I remember because like the last time I went to South by, it was kind of dry.
Bro,
for
that
real.
shit, I ain't gonna talk bad about it, but that shit is.
I'll talk bad about it. That shit was
See,
dry.
with Art
South
Basel,
by is dry
the
as
last
hell.
time, because he from Texas, so he know.
Oh, what part?
I'm from Dallas.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Born and raised. Yeah.
Facts.
Where else you live? You lived in LA?
I lived in LA for a little while.
How was that?
I just don't like how mundane that shit gets. Like it's like sunny every day.
Yeah.
Shit is kind of weird.
Hmm.
You know, like, it's like
You
how
know-
things just don't change. Shit is kind of weird.
Yo,
I obviously hate being cold. Don't get me wrong, but like that shit, it keeps you like your mind different. Like that California.
It just,
Yeah.
I just
I
feel
could maybe fuck with SF.
true. I love San
Yeah.
Francisco too.
you got major bread for that though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've never lived in SF. I will fuck with that.
Yeah. SF is cool.
Oakland's decent for real. If you ever want to go out there,
Oakland
check
is
out
decent.
Oakland, yeah,
Oakland
I
is
lived in
decent.
Oakland for like 2.5 years. Shout out
Damn.
to Oakland.
I fuck with Oakland.
I mean, yeah.
What's your? Oh, go ahead.
No. I mean, I was just gonna say I would love to fuck with Oakland. I've
Oh,
always heard good
shit.
things.
Yeah, we go out there. Ace out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go out there.
Who's Ace?
The homie, you know Ace.
Have I met him? I know him.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I can't put the face on.
I'll show you, but shit. What was I gonna say? Damn, I lost my train of
I
thought.
think you're about to ask me what was my favorite, right?
Oh yeah.
Chicago. That's
Chicago?
why I'm back here. Shit, like I don't
Bing
know. It's
bong.
just it's
When-
Best city in
closer to-
America.
It's closest to my studio. It's hard to work on things from New York here. Like just because I get caught up on like my New York shit, and I like don't really have as much time for like my Chicago shit. I find myself on the phone doing shit I should be doing in person. So,
Facts.
Yeah, that's really what I was finna say. I was finna say like, whenever I'm in.
I don't like doing that. I don't like running my business like from the phone. I want to like interact with the shit.
Yeah, no, because you a very personable person. Like, you definitely know how to talk to people for real.
I need to be there. Like, you know, like
I love that.
I don't know how to talk to people. That's why me and Kobe was a tag team. Because, like, I can't talk to people for real.
I feel like that's not true.
Right.
You also had more emotion because you're older than me. So I was just like, we gone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was gonna ask like in New York. So what was you doing? What was you doing in New York? You know what I'm saying? Because I know like different cities get at least when I'm in different cities, I got different cities that I do different shit in. So like if I'm in LA, we making music type shit. If I'm in New York,
I was living there. So like I was doing the same shit I'm doing here, where I would like go travel for work shit, like go do my pop-ups and shit. Like, but I was just not dispatching myself from Chicago. I was just living in New York. So I was just like living there. Shit.
on the same shit. No,
Yeah,
I
on
feel
the
you.
same shit, just living in New York.
I feel you.
I was out there with Biddy. You know Biddy, right?
Yeah.
I was out there with him. My homie Dakota and Dorian too.
What part of New York?
I was in Brooklyn. I was
Okay,
in
sick.
I was in Queens for a little while too. This last round.
Amazing. I lived in New York for a second too. I was also in Brooklyn.
Yeah, shout out to Brooklyn. But next time I live in New York, I'm going to fucking like Midtown or the Lower. I can't do that Brooklyn shit no more.
I feel yeah. I mean, we're too grown now.
That shit
Okay,
is
like
better.
listen. you
Shout out
need
to
to know,
Brooklyn.
you know.
Don't get me fucking wrong.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to say that. But,
Yeah.
You know, just me personally, I'm not trying to live in Brooklyn.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout
It
out
does
to
get
Brooklyn.
tired. But yeah, absolutely. While we were on break, I definitely was looking because I've known Kobe Woods as well, obviously through Perry, but I was looking through my Facebook to pull up some classics, and I definitely wanted to show y'all because we were little babies.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Look
to
at
see
this.
I don't even remember what it is.
Y'all probably don't even remember that.
We gotta
Random party. It was definitely off of Pulaski for
Oh
real.
shit! Mike's
Do you
in this
see that
bitch.
shit?
X, Tony.
This
Perry,
was 2013.
We gotta make sure to put these photos on the
Damn,
slide
bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, definitely send me this so I can put it on the slide.
I
Hold on.
definitely will.
for reference.
Yeah, you can even low-key go ahead and scroll through it though, because there's one, I got a photo of you literally.
You gotta send me this.
When y'all were walking through the door, I have a photo of you guys when you guys arrived to that party. I took a picture through the door.
My phone real quick?
I told y'all would have been fucked up because it was such a random moment in time.
I gotta get that.
And when we were literally shorties for yeah.
I gotta
That's
see
fucking
this
crazy,
shit.
Bailey. What the hell?
Yeah,
I gotta see this shit for real. Yeah, niggas was really just like street rats trying to like find their way and shit back in the day.
For real, we didn't have shit.
Niggas was out. We was drinking for anything cheap.
Here, you gotta.
Let me see that shit.
Yeah, look at this shit.
We was.
I wanted y'all to scroll
We was
through
just
it
trying
for
to
real.
get in the culture, but that's why I'm proud of your motherfucking ass, Kobe was like niggas really affecting the culture for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right there.
And like shape.
Like I said, bro, it's about all of us, bro.
Yeah, like I would say, like shaping it. You know what I'm saying?
We're the older people now. Like, you know how
Yeah.
people we looked up to and we wanted to hang around them. We're at that age where it's time for us to start setting that example.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like
Scroll through though.
Look at Mike ass.
yeah, you see him? You see him? And you remember White Max too, right?
Yeah.
That dude was crazy. It's funny when I was coming over here, me and Max used to live on this. I ain't gonna tell y'all street, but this nigga Max, me and this nigga Max had a crib on this street in California, like right there by that gas station.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck Max.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a very small number of white people that I will allow to say nigga.
there should be zero. You put that on wax, bro.
There's absolutely not one white person that I will ever let say.
That's what. Okay, thank you, Kobe. Because get your boy. Me and Perry have this conversation often.
Max,
You wildin'.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
would
crazy.
say that shit. I would be like, what? I was like, what do I do?
Who's this?
Back in the day. That's
He
all I
looked like he
remember, man.
said that shit, bro. If y'all could see the photos.
I did. In my younger years, I
Max
did.
never said nigga around me.
For real.
No.
Sometimes they just know better, okay? Because, yeah.
They'll do it with certain people. They won't do it with
Perry.
everybody. No dirt. No dirt, though.
No, for real. It's literally all love, but there's absolutely certain things that you will not do
I'm
around
the
me.
nigga police, bro. I don't play
Okay? On my soul.
that shit.
Oh, my God.
I remember like in my younger years, I used to let it slide with this one person. I was tweaking.
I can't.
I was tweaking.
And I can't with the Hispanic people saying nigga.
Hell
Yeah.
nah, bro.
So yeah, usually
I-
when it comes up and like they're trying to ride for us, that's when I start having a problem. And they're like, "Oh, well, because," and I'm like, "Stop,
Yeah.
just stop, no."
Nobody can say nigga.
It's
How
just
about
like-
that?
Yeah.
Except for black people.
Except
I
for
mean,
me.
I was just about to say, my dad would love if no one said nigga, including black people, because he's like,
Some
that's
people
the
feel that way,
problem,
but that's their decision.
right?
That ain't
Facts,
nobody, you know.
1,000%. I agree with that.
I just don't get why everybody wants to say it. So
Yeah,
fuck
like
it.
it's
Yeah.
Because it's
Like
like,
it's
it's like
money.
it's when you hold something away from somebody.
Yeah.
They
Exactly,
don't want
like-
to do it.
Well,
Why can't I say it? God damn it!
You not. It's like you're not gonna get a job. It's not something you can't put it on your resume. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
crazy.
not gonna help you get nothing from being able to say nigga for
They
real.
just want to say. They just want to say it. It's
That's
weird.
because, just like Spike Lee said, and do the right thing. Deep down inside, you wish you was black.
Yeah, he said that.
Oh my god! He got quiet. Never mind. Next topic.
Next topic.
Reading the room.
So friendship club.
Shout out to Friendship Club.
Yeah, shout out to y'all niggas.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all do
Full circle, baby.
y'all do so much different shit. Y'all produce so much different shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I know you were saying that y'all like, yeah, y'all got a printing guy, y'all got a guy like this, but like y'all make a lot of different things. Like, how do y'all like go about finding the idea to do it, and then like finding someone to execute the idea properly? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's the process?
There was never really a ton of people working on the stuff. It was only me, Nigel, Alex Swain, and Alexandria Wills. We would do all of the cut and sew stuff, you know, like in house. We didn't hire like somebody outside of the brand to do it. We did have one. We did and do still have one screener just because of the volume, you know. But a lot of like the smaller batch like drops and shit, like we're doing all that shit, you know, at the studio.
In house.
But the cut and sew shit, yeah, it mainly goes down to Alex and the two Alexes.
Okay, I was gonna ask who does like the embroidery and like the.
We got it.
so,
You know, we got our own.
Yeah, cool, good.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that shit.
Oh wait,
That
y'all
go
do your
hard.
own embroidery.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Y'all
cut
got
and
the
sew-
machine.
The cut and sew shit is outsourced. Okay.
No,
not even
it's-
outsourced. It's
None of it is outsourced. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay,
all
okay,
of,
okay.
All of the things that we do beside like the screens, like, you know, which is one person that we use to do
Yeah.
stuff, is all of us.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
so and if you peep like to the past collections, when it comes down to the fabrics, we just repurpose old military fabrics.
Okay.
You look back to all the drops, like all that stuff has like the same color palette. That's how I would describe like how the clothes look. It's just like old military
Yeah.
materials.
I would agree with that, especially like the bombers and like what you're
Yeah.
wearing right now.
Just
you know what I mean?
because it's just a way to like cut down on.
Yeah.
Upcycling.
Whenever I see some shit y'all do, y'all always put like a little twist on it. Like when y'all did the bombers with the little pocket and shit that you was talking about and shit. Like, what's your favorite one? And then how did y'all come up with it and shit?
My favorite pieces are usually the bags. I super fuck with the bags that we made. The very first bag, I don't know if y'all got like is it a way where like when the pod's going where you can show pictures? If you
We could pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
put the picture up of like the first bag. It's like a banana bag that had the adjustable zippers.
Yeah.
And you could shorten it instead of having like this annoying string or cord that you use to adjust it. You just unzip the panels out and zip them into the other
Oh
side.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay.
So like that's one of my favorite pieces, and that's like attributed to Alex Swain. Like he's the one that's designed pretty much all of the. Well, we designed them together, but the pattern making of the actual bag, he's the one that executes that.
That's awesome.
I would say our bags are my favorite thing.
Yeah.
That we make.
Who designed the logo and just like all the lettering?
It's just we've always had an affinity. Me and Nigel, just with like the branding that we use for the music and like the creative direction behind the music, we've always kind of used old English.
Yeah.
If you remember, like even back to Mano and all them.
I was just about to say
you know,
Treated.
all that
Yeah.
shit. You know, it's always kind of been like what we have grabbed. I can't really speak for Treated because I was not in Treated Crew.
Fair enough. Sorry.
I just worked with
Yeah.
Nigel and Mano,
But it's
and shout out to Mike Terror. I worked with them. You know, so since the beginning of
Shout out.
not the beginning, but you know, like the solo Holt shit. That's when I was like,
I remember I was listening to Mike Terror back in the day, bro. Like,
So was I.
before I even met that nigga, you know what I'm saying?
that's how I met Nigel. I met Nigel because my homie Jimmy reached out.
Shout out Jimmy.
I super fucked with Mike Terror.
It's a good name.
I super fucked with Mike Terror when I was in like high school and like no, actually this was before this. This was middle school.
We was listening to Mike Terror in high school.
It was either at the end of middle school and the beginning of high school, and I used to super fuck with that shit because I used to fuck with like Richmond Park niggas and like niggas that was out there and shit, and Mike Terror and like they all was a part of that shit, like that whole like Cool Kids era, and like all that shit. And I super fucked. I mean, obviously, like at the time, like that shit was
Monumental,
Yeah, it was
man.
definitely
so
it.
I just want to be like, you know, I had a vision for that shit, and like that style of music and that style of rap, because I super fucked with it so hard. So I just was like, I'm gonna try to shoot the videos for this shit, because I wish there were videos for these niggas songs, like you know, and like or just like videos that I thought like fit the songs and shit better.
I love that as an idea to like start making videos, like because I've always felt that way about mad songs. You know what I mean? Like God, I wish there was a fucking
like,
video
this
for
is
this
how I
song.
would do the
Yeah.
since I was a shorty.
That's so awesome.
That's how I used to
fuck with
think
that.
about the songs. Like
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And then when the videos actually would come out and they weren't nothing like how you thought in your head, like that shit used to blow the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I wish I could. So you know, I guess like subconsciously that's why I started doing it. Well, skateboarding too, with like the filming and shit. But like
Yeah.
subconsciously, I always want to kind of shoot music videos.
Yeah, yo, that's why I always throw them back, and I always talk about that era when motherfuckers was first getting into like DIY shit, bro. Like niggas making their own videos. Like I remember, like it was songs that we would love. I would see the video and be like, I can make this shit.
Yeah.
Remember we used to watch like Kush Cowboys and shit.
Bro, yes. Shut up.
What the fuck is that,
Like
bro?
we used to watch the Kush Cowboy videos, and I'd be like, they shot this shit on the phone, and I love it.
Put some fucking
That's what I
respect on
said.
Kush Cowboys.
That's what I
I'm gonna
said.
show you. I'm gonna put you
All
on.
right.
Shout out to
Loud Pack.
Man, rest in peace, Chris
Chris
Smokes,
Smokes.
bro.
Rest in
Oh
peace,
my
Chris
god,
Smokes.
rest in peace, him, bro. That's crazy.
But yeah,
Shout out
that,
to my nigga Filthy too.
yeah, that was the era when I was like, damn, I think we could do this shit.
Definitely could.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was my favorite videos out of any videos.
That's kind of how I approach everything. It's like, damn, I could. Another human being did this. I could do this.
Hell yeah.
That's another good way to think.
Yeah.
Other people can do cool shit.
Somebody did it before you, so you could definitely do it. You're
Yeah.
capable of doing whatever the fuck you want.
And like just to think about how much I love that shit. Like when I think about like my favorite videos and shit, like niggas shot that shit on the phone for real.
Yeah.
I've shot some crazy videos on the phone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's
shot
a
some
will,
wild-
there's a way, man.
I've
You don't
shot
make
some
it
wild
work.
shit on the phone.
It's just all about being creative. Like I was saying, you gotta have the
Exactly.
ideas for real.
You know,
like-
make it happen.
Creativity is dwindling in the world. I feel like
It is for real. It
What
is
a
for real.
sad,
But
sad
it's. I feel like
it's gonna. But like you keep going, my bad.
I was gonna say I feel like it's evolving into like a new type of creativity. You know what I'm saying? Because like these days, yeah, AI can make everything. Like you ain't have to make no. It's me as a designer see that shit. And it's just like you got to just learn how to use the new shit in order to do some. Get your idea across.
At the end of the day, for like the past 10 years, people have been getting these jobs where they just got out of college, and the only requirement for them to get these creative jobs is just to hand them a piece of paper like, "Y'all, I went to school for this." So you got all these boring ass people that went to school for shit, sucking up all the jobs because they have degrees and shit. But then like the people who maybe didn't and they're fired, they don't even get like looked at because they just look at you and they're like, I don't even want him walking around the office. Like,
That's so
Yes.
crazy.
you know, but like it's like now because of AI, it's gonna make everything harder. So the true artists are gonna be able to step up and be
Exactly.
like, this is like what it is. And those people who are doing mediocre work, they're not gonna be able to get jobs.
Yeah,
'Cause
there's
it's
no
like, you
longevity
can't-
in
It's
it.
like you can't even do this. Like we could do what you're doing with a robot. So like
Facts.
I fuck with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like, I got to get in now. You know what I'm saying? I start learning about that shit now before I'm salty. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's all about the ideas and shit like that. That's one thing AI can never do is like come up with the idea. You got to tell it what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
It'll do it. You got to
I
tell it
think
what
that
to do.
you could allow it to run unprompted, but it does run better
Yeah.
prompted.
The shit that's go pull away, it like be at the forefront is shit that niggas thought about.
I mean, you have to be able to utilize AI as an asset. You know?
Exactly.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
not
So,
as
You
a
know,
solution.
Everything is like a tool. It's a
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah. It needs to emphasize.
the nuance of humanity is what makes it like fucking something that's not synthetic, you know. And that's what's gonna make real art that's coming from that explode in the future is like knowing how to harness that and put a human aspect in something that's like mechanically perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever made music, you know, like if you make a song and you make every aspect of that beat hit right on the beat, it sounds wrong.
Yeah, you got to put some swing on that shit.
Okay.
That's one of the
You have to
best
have
ways, yeah.
nuance. You know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
if you don't understand nuance, as all artists really do, the AI will just be stale.
Yeah.
It'll be consistent.
It's like computer programmed drums.
Yeah. I like to call them cookie cutter creatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
One thing that
Longevity. in it.
one thing I know that you really embody for real, that like I remember you would tell me back in the day is just like, nigga, do it, execute some shit. You know what I'm
Execution
saying?
is the most important thing.
Like what you were just saying, like if one nigga could do it, I could do that shit too.
Bro, 50% of the job is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's 30% like ability and 20% like
Remember when Ye was like,
Executing,
remember when
yeah.
Ye was like, damn, these niggas that much better than me? You know what I'm saying?
you know? No. Yes, but no.
Yeah.
You know? You feel me?
Hell yeah. What you got in the works, man? What y'all working on now?
So we're about to drop a new collection.
True.
I'll say it's about maybe 9 to 10 pieces deep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say too much about it, but
Yeah.
there's I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
There's like
Come on.
We're on the edge of our seats.
So you guys remember the liner jackets that we made in the collection with the skirt?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That material, but in a cargo pant.
Okay.
Sick.
Like a snow pant type thing, but there's like a bunch of, we did our thing, and then there's again.
I'll have my eye on that for sure.
Check it out. They dropped that Complex Con this year. We had put like 10 pairs out. They flew.
Nice.
Amazing.
Sick.
Love to hear it.
We're gonna do like a full size run of those, and then 2 different bags.
Okay.
Hell
Can you tell us when the collection drops or no?
Well, it's still like in production
Okay.
right now.
Look, I'm super thirsty.
No. Yeah, you gonna be y'all gonna know.
All right.
Most of the it's mostly done, but just wait until the shit is where it should be before dropping it. Not just like
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, don't rush it. Yeah, take your time. I'll be waiting.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's up.
That's good.
I'm always on the hunt for a new garment.
Period.
I want to say like early March,
Cool.
mid-February maybe. Mid-February.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What music you been listening to? Like, what's been inspiring you to like create shit? You know what I'm saying? Like shit that really like it ain't even gotta be new. What music like inspires you to do what you do?
Music. Oh man, that's a hard one to say. I'll just say what I've been listening to. I've listened to Side Baby a lot.
You like his new album?
Bro, I love it. I love Side Baby's music.
I like put it
Biasly.
on. I put it on and I was like, I don't know how I feel. But I definitely appreciate the old shit, Geronimo and shit, Purple Ape and shit like that. Saw Baby really had a hit that like when I heard, what was the one song he had, the huge hit that put everybody on the Saw
Pull
Baby.
up on a stick.
Yeah, pull up with the
Let
stick.
it
That
hit.
was a fucking hit for real.
Bro, he's raw as hell. He's one of my favorites.
I'm definitely not mad at it, but I didn't even check out the new shit. I didn't even know he dropped, but I fuck with it.
That's good.
He's
Bodie
funny.
James.
I'ma
I've been
check it
listening to
out.
hella Bodie James.
Yeah, yo.
True.
Yeah, yo.
I hope he gets better.
That's what I was finna say,
what
man.
happened to him? That's
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
He got in a bad car.
Yeah,
accident.
car accident.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't wait till he get back in on his feet, man. They say he's decent, right?
Yeah, they said he's good.
Yeah.
Stable condition.
Key, of course.
Yeah.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
Yeah.
They're fucking with him.
Well,
Open up that mosh pit.
you was actually the nigga that put me on Key.
Bro, he's too
Long time. Guess who
Oh,
fucking your bitch? Guess who fucking your bitch? I remember when you first played that shit. No, that nigga Key cool as hell. I got a funny story about Key.
Oh yeah. I kind of have one. I have one too. It was Key and Asher Roth.
Oh, for
I
real?
was in Texas, bro. It was such a crazy combination of niggas, bro.
I was just going to say, this
No, this
sounds
sounds
Sounds like
crazy.
South by
It sounds-
Southwest.
Please,
It's fair.
continue.
So far, it sounds very
It might
similar
have
to my
been-
story.
It might have been in South by Southwest.
It sound like South
The
by.
reason why I was even at the party is because Chuck was DJing.
Mm-hmm.
So we went up there, and I didn't have no. We were outside smoking, and then like when we got done smoking, I also had some wax in my pocket. This will come in play later. I was like, they walked up. They was like, "Damn, y'all got some more weed?" It's Asher Roth. And he's like, "You got some more weed?" I'm like, "Nah, but I got some wax." I told him like I had some wax. He went back in the building and brought a bong out. I'm like, "Nigga, what the fuck am I supposed to do?" This nigga brought a bong. I was like, "Bro, what?" And then we kind of just stood outside on some like could get high but can't really get high shit. And then niggas like kind of pieced out. But yeah, that shit was a little weird. That nigga Asher Roth was kind of weird.
One time I was in Texas.
What do we do with
right?
this?
And remember
Bro, a
back,
bong?
you know, like back in the day, like Key and Kit used to make music together. They got songs
Okay,
together
right.
and shit. So like we was in Texas, we had linked up with them in some party, right? And we with some niggas, we talking and shit. It was all smooth, whatever. It was just one nigga, he was fucked up,
He's
like drunk as hell, leaning on the ground. And we sitting there and like we just said, "Brrr." What the fuck is that? Look on the ground. This nigga done dropped a pistol on the ground.
Who did?
The drunk nigga.
Oh, word.
And everybody look, he picks it back up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna act like that ain't just happened.
Yeah.
He drops it again. I'm like, bruh.
Hey, boy, no
I was
way,
like, yo,
boy.
we gotta leave, bro. Cause this nigga dropped this gun on the ground and it go off, bro.
For real.
I was like, we have to leave, but yo, we was
How you
fucking
gonna be
with
that
Key.
trashed with a fucking piece?
Bro, I was on the train the other day, and these two niggas was like arguing from the car behind my car, and they arguing whatever. They going back and forth. They open that little door. You know the door. If somebody come
The
through
lounge
that
door.
yeah. If somebody coming through,
they on bullshit.
They on bullshit for sure. So
Always.
They coming through arguing like mid argument. I'm thinking they homies and they just like into it on some homie shit. They steady arguing. It's getting worse and shit. Excuse me. They arguing. Dude, like called him some shit. I can't remember what he said, bro. He called him some shit and tried to walk off the train. Dude grabbed him. They get to pushing back and forth. And he do one of these like he about to pull some shit out, bro. Everybody that was in the car got up and walked through the whole door.
I
Like,
would have did it too,
bro, it was crazy. I was like, damn, is one of these niggas finna do that for me? The red line has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse.
So I think
That's
that bitch.
I think that after COVID, that shit just got.
I have not been on the red line since.
I haven't been on CTA since
In
COVID,
so
to
long,
be
bro.
honest.
Since I moved back to Chicago, I've been taking it. That shit is crazy.
I feel you. Yeah, there's always a story when you ride the CTA, when you ride any of that shit. I was going to ask which line were you on, but I'm like, oh, yeah, the red line. Makes sense.
Shit crazy.
Damn.
I haven't been on the red line since I worked downtown. I used to work at Rag and Bone.
Oh,
Damn.
shit, true.
That's love. Wish you still worked there.
That store's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say? You said Key,
Yeah, Rob Banks, too.
Rob Bang.
yeah.
True.
Shout out Rob Bang. I remember you put me on King Louis a long time ago.
That's crazy, because I
That
feel
is
like everybody listened to him.
This was a long time ago. You first put me on King
This
Louis.
had to be super early.
I be feeling like niggas be like not putting enough respect on King Louis' name when it comes to like drill music in Chicago.
Yeah.
They don't.
He doesn't make his. I don't really know. I don't follow his career anymore, really. But he's raw as hell. I would be curious as to why. I would like, what's up? He probably got music out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I feel like
I would
after
hope
he
so.
got shot, it definitely slowed down a lot,
man,
you know?
yo, I forgot about.
You know what
that.
I'm saying? Niggas that have like a wipe with death and like,
It was
yeah.
that the OVO
It'll
Al saved
change
his
you.
life for real.
What does that mean?
Yo, I forgot. It's crazy how fast the internet works. I completely forgot about that shit.
Yeah,
Wait, what do you mean?
because he had
Because that shit happened to
and-
a person, and I don't even like. We don't
Yeah.
even think about this
Yeah.
shit no more. Like that's a fucking
It, like,
Drake
skimmed his
flew
head.
King Louis.
Yeah.
It skimmed his head
I
and
have
the
a
owl
theory.
saved him?
I have a theory that like when Drake put out the mixtape, if you're hearing this is too late, I have a theory that like Quentin Miller wrote about it. I feel like he brought King Louis out there too.
Yeah, King Louis was on. Jesus.
Yeah, he wrote.
Yeah.
He had that feature, and then he wrote a lot on it too.
Shout out to King Louis.
Yeah,
Big shout out.
I saw niggas
King
like
Louis so
put
sick.
out like a Mount Rushmore of Chicago drill, and the King Louis was not on there.
That's insane.
Niggas got short memories.
They do. Wow, that's so real. Truer words are never spoken. That's so real.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. You got to definitely send me your new music, bro.
I will. I got you.
You got to send me your new music, bro. Do you actively write music still?
Yeah, I mean, shit. Like, okay, it's just not. It's not my main focus right now. You know, like the music is. I'ma still do the music. Motherfuckers keep asking me about this shit. I'm gonna do it.
Cause that's really how niggas first knew you.
I'm gonna do that, but I just got some other stuff I need to do.
No, I feel you.
You know, so I can do the shit right.
Love it when the time comes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What other brands you be looking at, like clothing wise? Who you fuck with or excited about?
Shit. I'm fucking with Stussy.
Always.
She's going
Yeah.
crazy right now.
I'm hearing good things about Stussy recently, a
Stussy
lot.
is going crazy right now.
fucking
I love that for
with-
them.
Fucking with Neighborhood always.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm always fucking with Undercover.
absolutely.
Shit. My shit. That's it.
Okay.
I fuck with
Period.
I fuck with everybody who's making that shit. As long as they making it with good materials and shit, they not just putting out some fuck shit.
Yeah.
I think everybody's story should be told. So I can't really, everybody's doing their thing.
Yeah, that's really how I be feeling too. I be feeling like if I'm gonna fuck with anybody, I should be fucking with my homies for real.
Yeah.
That's trying to do it for real.
Yeah.
And they're putting in the time and the effort. Quality
Yeah, that's just
over quantity. Quality.
Yeah.
And because that's how you build up the scene. You know what I'm saying?
I think Chicago's gonna be one of the hotter cities. I mean, people are saying it is, but I just wait. Like Chicago's industry is gonna get so good.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years.
I highly agree. I
Shit
think
is about to be crazy.
Because a long time ago, like we didn't have all of like the shit that we saw on the internet. It was just on the internet. We didn't have a lot of like physical shit in Chicago. And like we
would have it sometimes, or like it wasn't frequent enough for it to become like a steady thing.
Yeah.
Like, we would have things, and it was like, damn, that was such a raw thing that we did 6 months ago. You know, when we start having things like build up, it's gonna bring more. Like Chicago, you just get in that crib. I'm not trying to put you out there. Shout out to my nigga just bought that crib.
We ain't talk about it yet.
Shout out to my nigga buying that crib. You gonna really
The cat's out the bag.
I leaked that. Yeah, congratulations on that. But
we leaked it before.
you having that, bro. Wait till you see what the value of that property is gonna be. Like I'm talking about in 5 years when Chicago's popping, bro. It's gonna be crazy here.
Yeah, man.
That's why I'm glad. I mean, I'm just happy to be back here. You know?
Yeah, man. I highly agree. And honestly, I think with the shops we have and like even like Supreme being out here, like that definitely helps. Cause I think when I moved here, I think it was like kind of the most poppin' Chicago had been in a while. Cause I mean, there's all kinds of shops like Vivid Braille, like, apartment number 9.
I forgot about Vivid Braille.
Apartment number 9, RSVP was super cracking. I mean, Stephen Allen, like, all these fucking shops, you know what I mean? I felt like that was like the time, and then
Leaders, St. Alfred.
St. Alfred, of course.
Yeah.
The Kings, like all this shit. And I mean, I definitely moved here in like a great time. I mean, like Uprise too, obviously. Like, I mean,
shout out to Uprise.
I remember moving here, and like, I mean, I was so broke when I moved here, and I would just like go to these stores all in my neighborhood because I live in Bucktown. I would just go to Wicker Park and just like fucking walk around and be like, wow, I can really just like hold a Tom Brown piece right here. You know what I mean? But and that shit kind of that shit just kind of faded away. But like I feel like it's like coming right back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like
because
we're all a part of that right now, which is awesome.
Right now, the right niggas getting opportunity and shit because like back like Kobe, like back in the day, like when we didn't have no shops and shit, like niggas was getting their own swag off. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to go thrifting. You know what I'm saying?
You had to go thrifting. You had to like be on the back pages of Karma Loop. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's like what I was just saying, bro. Like now we're the older people to do that for other people that would care about doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, we sneezed and now we're the
part of the
leaders.
culture.
We're the leaders of the
No, for real.
100%.
Yeah.
Love to see it, man.
Hell yeah.
No, that's one thing like you said, I love to see that shit. Like when I see a group of like young niggas walking around and shit. And I was like, I remember when we was the only young niggas walking around and shit. Now it's normal.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad to see that shit for real. Like
It's gotten a lot less like that though. I feel like I don't see enough. Like,
nah, the young niggas is out, yo.
Oh, okay.
The young niggas.
I don't be in the young niggas.
I don't be in it. Like that's the thing. I remember like I was like, am I just old that I don't know?
Yeah.
No, they're out. They're out. They look at us like I used to like look at,
but like
old,
I got young niggas that I fuck with on the music shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Like they be like, oh, we got a show at this spot. I'm like, I have no idea where that spot is at. Or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that spot is, but it's good.
Yeah, we're out of tune because we're getting older.
Like
different chapter.
Last year and shit, we went to remember we went to that rave. Me and Bailey brought our old asses out to a little kid rave. When we got there. They was like, it's a black only rave. It was only black kids. They was like, if you not black, you gotta pay $20. I looked at Phil Houser, was like, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
That's some crazy backwards segregation for real.
No, that's fire.
That's fire because you would have never seen that shit like a
that concept would never been Yeah, and you're talking about a rave. Yeah,
The
like,
kids is inspired.
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
I do love to see them though, because I didn't have anybody to look up at that time. But yeah, I am seeing it just like how Perry's talking about, like the people who are us when we were shorties. Like I'm seeing them, but they have more of like something to look at. You know what I'm saying? More of an example, and it's like I love that though, that they feel comfortable enough to even like be in those spaces when I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I regressed a lot of it because I felt like that wasn't a place for us at all.
Highly agree.
At the rave, at the hardcore show,
Yeah.
you know.
But like I see that shit, and that's what make me want to like invest my money. Like I'll lose my money, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it for the culture for real. Like when I throw shows and shit, like when we doing these shows and shit, like I be putting like niggas on and shit. Like I'm gonna make sure I pay everybody. I'm gonna make sure
1,000%.
everything, bro. Even if I lose money on this shit, like I'll remember when it was nothing. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%. Yeah, that's
Or you
good
gotta
showmanship.
talk. You gotta
bro.
go through somebody that's gonna talk to somebody else for you, and like that's, you can't even really press it because like you asking somebody to talk to somebody else. Like imagine like somebody asking you to talk to somebody. Like you want to do it, but it's just like like damn, like stop out. You don't want them to keep pressing you about it, and it's just like more open dialogue is definitely needed. But,
True.
Yeah,
True. Big truth.
that's real.
but the dialogue wasn't open back then. It was like these dudes are just like they're not really trying to help you.
Yeah, you would never even try.
They gonna stick with the shit that back then at least. They gonna stick with the shit that works.
I guess I got one more question
What's up?
I could think of. What was the biggest challenges y'all had going through, like trying to put this shit together?
Friendship Club? COVID, bro. Because when I first started Friendship Club, when we first started, COVID happened maybe like a year later. So like the first year after our shit starting to get legs and shit, like having to go through COVID, and it was beautiful though because it inspired us to make other shit. Like you were saying, we made pillows, pillowcases, stools, tables. Like we did all kind of shit just because people were at the crib.
I love
spending
it.
more time. So we just powered through that shit. And I would say after that shit was over and we were able to throw events and shit again, that's when it was back on.
Good for y'all to
That,
keep
like
working.
like I said, thank you. Yeah, like I said, that shit does it. The most important thing about the shit is like the activations and the people getting together and then like hanging out with each other and us. So that's really our bread and butter over like just trying to sell merchandise.
Hell yeah.
Resilience, bro. I love to see it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yo, man. Thank you so much for pulling
Yeah,
up, bro.
for real.
Seriously.
Definitely,
Thanks for having me.
definitely
Glad
an
it
honor.
finally
for
happened.
sure.
I've been trying to get. We've been
No,
talking
yeah,
about it
bro.
Forever, yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm gonna come back to Chicago and I'm gonna come do Perry's show.
Hell yeah. Because when you reconnect with your homies, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
We knew each other. I don't know. I know you've known Perry longer, but we knew each other when, like, young bucks type shit.
man.
Like, to bring it back full circle, we're grown now. And it's like, I love to see, like, everyone that I've ever known, like, try to do some shit.
Yeah, it's beautiful
And
to see
y'all
the
are
growth,
definitely
for
doing
real, yeah.
something. And, like, why withhold too? Like, I love it, man.
Shout out
It's surreal because like you think about it when you're young, like 10 years from now.
Yeah.
What am I gonna be doing?
Yeah.
And you look up and you're literally doing everything that you said you was gonna do, but it's not necessarily how you thought it was gonna be. But you like, for example, back then I'm like, what if I had like I always want my own business. You say that into like the universe or whatever, and then you look up and like oh shit, I'm actually in the middle of. I'm not rich and famous like I thought I was gonna be now, but I still have what I asked for.
Yeah.
G,
And
like
that's what I try to tell people. It's like start asking for what you actually want,
bro. Like fucking Show You Suck was our first guest we ever had on the podcast for real, and like he said some shit that like really stuck with me for real, and he was like, accolades is just text. You know what I'm saying? When you actually reach the accolades you thought that you wanted, it's not gonna feel like it is when you actually do it. When you take a step back and you look at all the shit you did, motherfuckers, you did it, but like you just had an expectation in your head and it's not real for real.
Yeah.
It's just keep going because you love the process of the shit.
Yeah, figure out and don't do the shit. Don't do any of that shit because you feel like you finna get some. Obviously, get your bread, but like that's why you doing shit. Like you should just get something where you can make more bread. Just do some shit where you can. If you just care about bread, like get the fuck out the way. Like, if you need to care about getting bread and care about where the shit is.
It's landing.
Yeah. That's very
That'd be, like that's what I was talking about, like the AI shit. Like let's make some shit that actually matters.
Y'all heard it here first from Kobe Woods.
You already know, man.